What if I told you that Toyota just brought back one of its most legendary off-road SUVs, but with a modern twist no one expected? The 2026 FJ Cruiser isn't just another rugged 4x4, it's aiming to bridge the gap between nostalgia and next-gen adventure. Bigger screens, smarter tech, and a design that looks straight out of a concept sketch yet still built to take a beating in the wild. But here's the real question: does this comeback live up to the hype? Or is it just a flashy reboot? Let's find out. The Toyota FJ Cruiser has always been more than just a vehicle, it's been a symbol of rugged adventure. First launched in the mid-2000s, it carved out a cult following thanks to its retro-inspired design and serious off-road capability. But after being discontinued, fans thought the FJ was gone for good. Fast forward to today, and Toyota has decided to revive the legend for 2026 only this time. The SUV enters a market that's more competitive, tech-driven, and eco-conscious than ever before. The new FJ Cruiser is aimed squarely at drivers who want that classic off-road toughness, but with the modern comfort and technology that today's SUVs demand. Think weekend adventurers, outdoor enthusiasts, and anyone who craves a vehicle that looks as bold in the city as it does on the trail. And Toyota knows it's not just fighting nostalgia, it's also up against some heavy hitters in the segment, from the Ford Bronco to the Jeep Wrangler. Let's start with the first thing everyone notices: the design. The 2026 FJ Cruiser takes that boxy, unmistakable silhouette and sharpens it for the modern era. The wide stance, upright windshield, and chunky wheel arches all scream rugged adventure. But look closer and you'll see sleeker LED headlights, a refreshed grille, and subtle aerodynamic tweaks that give it a more refined edge. It's instantly recognizable as an FJ, yet clearly designed for today's SUV market. Step inside, and the story continues. The interior is still bold and functional, but it's no longer the bare-bones cabin fans remember. Toyota has layered in a massive central touchscreen, digital driver display, and soft-touch materials that make long road trips far more comfortable. You'll still find rubberized floor mats and grab handles perfect for off-road use, but now they're paired with wireless charging, premium audio, and the latest safety suite. It feels like the FJ has grown up, without losing its adventurous spirit. Under the hood is where things get interesting. Toyota hasn't just dusted off the old formula, they've re-engineered the FJ to fit a new era. The base model is expected to feature a capable V6 with around 300 horsepower plenty for off-road trails and highway cruising. But the real twist could be the rumored hybrid option, offering extra torque for climbing and improved fuel economy for daily driving. Imagine a vehicle that's just as at home crawling over rocks as it is getting you to work without draining your wallet at the pump. And speaking of capability, the FJ Cruiser comes with serious off-road hardware. A reinforced ladder frame, available locking differentials, skid plates, and Toyota's crawl control system all point toward a machine built to tackle the elements. Yet, despite its rugged bones, it doesn't punish you on pavement. Test drivers report surprisingly composed handling, making it a realistic daily driver, not just a weekend toy. That balance is something rivals like the Wrangler often struggle to achieve. Of course, no car is perfect. The FJ's rear visibility is still a challenge thanks to its chunky design, and the back seats, while improved, aren't as spacious as some competitors. If you need max practicality, the Bronco or a mid-size SUV might offer more flexibility. But Toyota seems to be betting that style, heritage, and durability will outweigh those trade-offs. Now, here's where things get even more intriguing: pricing. Toyota hasn't revealed the official numbers yet, but insiders suggest it will undercut the Bronco and Wrangler in certain trims, while still offering more standard tech. If that holds true, the FJ Cruiser could instantly become one of the most value-packed 4x4 second on the market. The question is, can Toyota really deliver all this capability and tech without creeping into luxury SUV territory on price? And this is the moment we've all been waiting for, the real test of whether the 2026 FJ Cruiser is just a nostalgic reboot or a true modern off-road contender. Out on the trail, the FJ wastes no time proving its DNA is intact. The suspension soaks up deep ruts without rattling your teeth. The crawl control handles steep rock faces with almost effortless precision, and the locking differentials kick in when the terrain gets nasty. It feels planted, tough, and most importantly confident, even in conditions that would make softer crossovers turn back immediately. This isn't just marketing, the capability is real. But here's the twist: when you take it back onto pavement, the FJ doesn't punish you the way older off-roaders used to. Steering is tighter, ride comfort is surprisingly smooth, and that hybrid-assisted torque, if you opt for it, adds a burst of acceleration that makes merging and highway passing feel far less stressful than you'd expect from a boxy 4x4. It's the kind of dual personality that Toyota has struggled to deliver in past generations, and here, it finally clicks. Of course, it's not flawless. The chunky design still limits rear visibility, and the cabin, while much improved, won't out-luxury a Grand Cherokee. But the balance between rugged toughness and everyday usability? That's the shocker. The FJ doesn't just play catch-up to the Bronco and Wrangler, it challenges them directly, and in some ways, beats them at their own game. So, has Toyota actually pulled off the comeback that fans have been begging for? Well, that's where things get interesting. Because while the driving experience may surprise you, the real decision comes down to what you get for the money and whether this SUV offers true value or just big nostalgia wrapped in a modern package. So, after all the hype, testing, and comparisons, where does the 2026 Toyota FJ Cruiser really land? The verdict is this: Toyota has managed to bring back an icon without turning it into a gimmick. It's rugged enough to satisfy the purists, modern enough to compete in today's market, and versatile enough to attract a new generation of buyers. On the plus side, you get bold styling that stands out in a sea of copy-paste SUVs, real off-road chops that can hang with the Wrangler and Bronco, and a surprising level of refinement that makes it easier to live with day to day. Add in Toyota's reputation for reliability and the potential value pricing, and you've got a very compelling package. But it's not perfect. Rear visibility remains a challenge, backseat space is still tight compared to rivals, and while the interior is much more comfortable than before, it's not going to wow anyone looking for luxury touches. If maximum practicality is your priority, other options might serve you better. So who's the FJ Cruiser really for? If you're the type of driver who craves weekend adventures, wants a vehicle that looks as bold in the city as it does on the trail, and values durability over plush comfort, this SUV checks a lot of boxes. But if you need more space for family duty, or prefer a softer premium ride, you may want to look at alternatives. In the bigger picture, the return of the FJ Cruiser shows us that nostalgia isn't fading, it's fueling the future. Automakers are realizing that buyers want more than just efficiency and tech, they want vehicles with character, and Toyota might have just sparked a new wave of modern retro off-roaders. So, what do you think? Has Toyota nailed the comeback, or is the FJ Cruiser trying too hard to relive the past? Drop your thoughts in the comments below, I'd love to hear your take. And if you enjoyed this review, don't forget to hit that like button, subscribe for more in-depth car reviews, and share this video with a fellow car enthusiast. Until next time, drive safe and stay adventurous.